Google Plus Hangout prior to KBIS 2014. Everyone's really excited, and today we have a fun, exciting topic. We're going to be talking about Modenus blog tour, the new Modenus talks, and just the value of face-to-face connections for our industry. Today, my co-host, as usual, is Brian Pagel, the Vice President of the Kitchen and Bath Group for Emerald Expositions. Today we have Veronika Miller, CEO of Modenus.com. We also have two blog team members that are here with us today, and we're very excited to have them. We have JB, and now I'm going to stumble on the name again, Bartkowiak, and we have Lisa Mende. Now, JB is the blogger-in-chief of a fabulous DIY and remodeling blog called BuildingMoxie.com. So he's kind of the building side, and then we have Lisa Mende, who is an interior designer, and she has a great blog that basically, if I could describe it right, it would be classic style with a modern vibe or contemporary vibe. So thank you very much for joining us today. Veronika, now I know everyone on the planet knows what blog tour is, but for that one person that might not know, could you give us a quick snapshot of that? And we know that you often tie your blog tours into a major design event or a trade show as part of your your overall strategy and your reason to be for blog tour. Could you talk a little bit about that and why you feel that's important?
Absolutely. There's really only one person left on the planet. I want to meet that person, and we need to have a little conversation. So Blog Tour started in 2011. It's a program that brings select groups of design and lifestyle bloggers to international design destinations. So that's kind of the boilerplate for what we're doing. What that really means is we're putting groups together between 12 and 15 bloggers, sort of geared towards wherever the destination is that we're headed to. We're really looking to find a good match in the people that we're bringing so that they get a lot out of it. And we spend 4 or 5 days on the ground, traveling the trade shows, digging into the local culture too. So it's really more than just walking from one showroom to another. It's about exploring where we're going, meeting a lot of the local folks, the local design community, and getting everybody together on a larger scale. You know, bloggers can share that with their audiences. Hopefully they get a lot out of it in terms of content for their blogs, but more importantly also there is just a real need for them to get extra exposure. So we drive a lot of traffic to them, we introduce them to brands, and hopefully folks get really a long-term benefit. The reason why we did all this is, you know, I love social media as much as the next girl, and that was all wonderful, but I think we still need to take that reach that we get out of social media and make it real and make it tangible by bringing people together face to face. At the end of the day, you still feel more comfortable buying from a brand where you've met somebody in person, and the same thing goes for showrooms or trade shows and anything like that. It's just important to have that personal involvement. So you know, it's done really well for us in the past. We've been very successful with it. The brands like it, and I think it's great for the trade shows, for all of us to be able to connect folks on the show floor. Silence.
Brian, the KBIS perspective, we're excited to have BlogTourVegas.
Oh, I think we're having a technical difficulty.
Excited to have BlogTourVegas for a second year. You know, it's a wonderful group of people. I know the buzz in and around the show has been fabulous since we've been working with Veronika. Can you hear me?
Keep going, Brian. Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello? Okay. Okay. So again, we're excited to be working with BlogTour. It's a great group. Second year, of course. I think the interesting component about BlogTour, from my perspective, of working in the trade show business is how it can bring the virtual experience together with the physical experience, and just shows how they can truly complement one another. But as I think most of us would agree, that the face-to-face relationship is very hard to take away from. So it's a great experience. And Veronika, I know we were talking earlier this week about Modenus Talks, and I am very excited to be on a panel for the Design Business Challenge. I was just wondering if you could tell everybody about Modenus Talks, which is scheduled to take place on February 3rd, the day before the show at Cosmopolitan.
Yep. I'd love to. Modenus Talks is a direct extension of everything we do with BlogTour. So a lot of our events are about media tours. They're about looking at products. There's certainly a social element in there as well. But some of the best conversations, the best takeaway from a blog tour has always been sideline conversations. Folks sitting together, just chatting about business. You never know what's going to come out of a conversation like that. So often our bloggers walk away and say, man, I wish we had had a little bit more time to just sit and chat, over a few drinks and really just kind of let loose and talk about design, talk about business ideas, and help each other out. And so Modenus Talks has been brewing in the back of my head for a while, exactly as a response to that sort of thing. We decided to launch it at KBIS specifically because I think the crowd is perfect that can be attending there. It's a huge turnout anyway for the show this year, which is amazing. And we have so many different constituents right there. We have showroom owners, we've got retailers, we've got online folks, we've got bloggers, we've got brands. And we wanted to bring them all together, and we're going to be very playful about this and give people two challenges, one business challenge and a design challenge. I won't say what they are, otherwise they have time to plan and we won't have that. So it's kind of a playful way for folks to sort of just pour out their knowledge. And what I'm hoping the takeaway is that when everybody shares a lot of what they know, very often you don't actually know what to ask and how to improve your business. Because if you knew what to ask, you kind of assume a sense of the answer already. But if you simply don't know, how can you ask? So this is about people sharing, boldly just pouring it out there and letting everybody take away what is most relevant to them in terms of design and in terms of business. And the other part of this whole thing is to let brands, bloggers, designers, all these industry professionals spend 4 hours together in one room. So it's not just about rushing in, having a glass of bubbly and leaving again, but to actually connecting with the people behind all of these brands so that they can know each other, they can perk up when somebody sort of strikes a note that hits them and say, you know what, let's talk about our relationship a little bit later on. It's good to actually meet you. And that's what this is all about.
Well, that's great, Veronika. Good luck with the new concept. I actually get to attend, so I'm very, very excited about that. But Brian and you and I have said a lot. I think we should put our other guests to work here and talk about kind of what they're looking forward to the show. JB, now your blog, buildingmoxie.com, is about home improvement and remodeling. So I think you're a first for BlogTour. Veronika can confirm that, but that you're actually not a design blogger. You're more on the remodeling and home improvement side. So this is probably a unique experience for you. But what a perfect fit to come to the very first Design and Construction Week. That's amazing. And I loved your blog on January 13th, by the way. It explained the whole process and how you were coming. So I really encourage people to go and have a look at that. So, JB, from that side of the universe, coming to KBIS, what does someone with your background and your interests look for at KBIS? And perhaps there's some exhibitors that you've highlighted that are probably a can't miss for your interests. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Well, first, Leanne, good to see you. It's been a while. Veronika, thanks for having me. And I think, in fact, I am the first builder type on the tour. But I mean, the obvious synergy with Design and Construction Week. KBIS as well as IBS are brand new to me. We've had contributors contribute stuff to the blog, but I've never been. I've been to some smaller shows. I look over. You ask about exhibitors. I look over the exhibitor list, and a lot of the names I'm seeing are brand new to me. I don't recognize half of them, to be quite frank. So it's just going to be brand new, a brand new experience, and I'm really excited to learn about the brands. You had asked me earlier, I think, to select a few. I think there's a great group of sponsors here on the blog tour. To be involved with someone like Silestone, Costantino, Sub-Zero Wolf, that's great. I'm so excited to learn more about those products. More specifically, stuff with storage. Storage is so hot these days. Maybe check out Reva Shelf and similar things. That's what I got.
Sounds good. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you again, and maybe I think the last time we might have met over a glass of red wine, so I'm thinking that might happen at Design and Construction Week as well. They do have that in Vegas, don't they, Veronika?
I hear that.
Okay. Okay, I think it's going to be a fun week for sure. Okay, so from the remodeler perspective, that's interesting that the brands it's going to be a fabulous experience for you, JB, because so much is going to be new. So from that remodeler perspective over to the designer perspective, I know, Lisa, as an interior designer, you might be looking at things from a slightly different angle. So what are you intrigued with, and what are you most looking forward to on the KBIS show floor?
Well, I come from a little different perspective because my first job out of school was in kitchen and bath. So the fact that I've never been to KBIS is kind of a shame. So I'm really excited that Veronika chose me to be part of the tour so that I get to experience it firsthand. And as a designer, it's really important to be able to touch and feel and see things before you specify those to clients. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the products up close and personal, like the new Formica products that look like marble. So many people are afraid of marble, but I'm telling you, the Formica online, it looks fabulous. I haven't seen it in person yet, so I'm excited to see that. My very first kitchen I ever designed was a wood mode kitchen, so I'm kind of excited about seeing the new wood mode product. And 2 weeks ago, I was in Atlanta at the Sub-Zero and Wolf showroom, and I saw some of their new products there, and I'm really excited to see what they bring to KBIS, because what I saw was really cutting-edge kind of products. So what I'm going to be looking for are what the new technologies are and how they're implementing them, and just the overall experience of being able, as Veronika said, to connect with the various companies. I found when we did Blog Tour London, which I was fortunate to be a part of, I came away with a lot of connections and have been able to really use those connections as I returned home. So I'm hoping that I'm able to do the same at KBIS. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun. And JB, I'm going to warn you, since you're the only guy on Blog Tour, your dance card's going to be full, buddy.
Am I the only guy? No, I think Ken.
It's going to be an awesome event. I'm excited about Modenus Talks because that's going to give us an opportunity to put faces with names and products and to really explore and build a community with these different companies. And it's just going to be an awesome event. Very excited.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. It's all good. It's all good. So, Veronika, Brian and I obviously are very, very focused just on KBIS right now. We've been working on it for a long time. But what's next for Modenus post-KBIS? Is there life post-KBIS? Can you tell us a little bit about that for Modenus?
Yeah, we're all just going to curl up and do nothing for the rest of the year until we get back to KBIS. That's it. That's our entire focus, Brian. That's it. It wouldn't be so bad, actually. It's been a great show for us, and I love it. I'm becoming a bit of a kitchen and bath girl. Well, I've always been one, but yeah, need to sort of branch out again. We have a lot planned for this year, actually. So hopefully, with the help of our great group and the folks that are coming to Modenus Talks, we'll be able to launch that in a way that we get to do that again. I certainly would like to see that as a series. My goal is to have a second Modenus Talks in May in New York City, and hopefully another one in October in Los Angeles. So that would be sort of my goal in terms of that program. BlogTour is going to be headed to New York City for the AD show with a very new concept. It's still a little bit trade show driven, but it also has a lot of focus on learning for the bloggers that participate. So we will have styling classes, tabletop classes, photography classes. So it's going to be a lot going on in terms of value add for the bloggers to come along. So we want to keep it fresh and keep it exciting, and then come up with different angles for our tours. And then right after the New York tour, we'll be in Milan for 5 days. I see Lisa. Look at that. Pops right in here.
There was some going on there.
And then we're going to go back to New York.
Yes, we are.
We'll have an international blog tour in New York for ICFF. So that's going to be a slightly bigger one and really more kind of focused on the whole design week, and bring in some folks from Europe for that. And then we get to have a little summer break, but there is a surprise on the horizon over the summer that I can't reveal just yet. And then in September we're in Paris. So that's as far as the planning is going.
Sounds like a extremely exciting year. That's fabulous. I just want to clarify to people, if they're watching this, Sub-Zero is actually not an exhibitor at the show, but a sponsor of BlogTour. So the bloggers will see what they have to offer, but they're actually not on the show floor.
Oh, sorry.
Brian, any closing remarks? I know we're so close to the show. Like, build some excitement. What's going on in the next 10 days, 11 days, I guess?
Well, hopefully I'll get some sleep somewhere along that. I'm heading to Las Vegas next Thursday, and we're starting move-in on Tuesday. So all of our exhibitors will be en route here shortly, but the response has been absolutely fabulous. To date, we have well over 40,000 pre-registered attendees for Design and Construction Week between National Association of Homebuilders and KBIS. The number is growing by thousands and thousands a week. We're well on pace to hit our goal of 60,000 attendees. 1,600 exhibitors, many of which have been off the circuit for several years. So I think you're going to see a lot of really new, exciting products. I think you're going to see a very packed event, and we look forward to seeing everybody in Las Vegas.
Perfect. Well, I just want to, first of all, I want to thank our guests today, Veronika, Lisa, and JB. Thanks so much for taking your time on a Friday afternoon. And I just want to close with a reminder that there's no live hangout next week. As Brian said, most people are on their way to the show, but we're just finalizing our schedule for live hangouts at the show. So anyone that is that one or two people that aren't going to the show, if they want to tune into the live hangouts on G+, that would be great. So happy Friday, everyone. Thanks again to our guests, and have a great weekend.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.